partnering with your business to save money and energy.
They're turning on the heat this year. They're garnishing paychecks and seizing assets. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. Covington Tax Solutions will help you fight to get the best deal possible. Call Covington Tax Solutions now for a free consultation. Call 872-257-4631. Call 872-257-4631.
Covington Tax Solutions.
Hi, my name is Audra Wilson, and I'm the President and CEO of the Schreiber Center on Poverty Law. You can visit us at www.povertylaw.org. Hey, cousins. Now it's time for the Family Meeting News.
I'm Michelle Peltier, and here's what we're following on the Family Meeting. The city's only inland beach is set to reopen later this month after being closed for 4 years. Humboldt Park Beach, 1400 North Sacramento Avenue, will open June 17th, coinciding with the opening of all Chicago Park District outdoor pools. The beach will be open daily from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. The beach's swimming status can be found at the Park District's website or by checking... Yeah, checking the swim flags at the beach. The beach is closed.
On the beach? Not on the beach, it's off the beach. No, it is, but it's the water. It's the water. If it's inland, it's land.
Okay, so I'm going to go to the next story. And see, now he's listening. He didn't listen before, so I appreciate that. An appellate judge ruled Thursday that the Chicago Board of Education was within its rights not to renew Urban Prep Academy's charter contract, and that charter schools are not protected by the state's school closing moratorium, which ends next year. Chicago Public Schools says the ruling won't have any immediate impact on Urban Prep's over 300 students, and that it will communicate any changes to families. The charter school network has 2 Southside schools, one in Bronzeville and the other in Inglewood. They are the city's only single-sex Chicago public school, serving almost all black boys.
Right off the inland beach, right?
It has been lauded for getting all its graduates into college. You ready for this one?
I messed you up?
Yeah, no, you ready for this one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is facing scrutiny over his $30,000 hair and makeup budget, with some amounts seemingly unpaid to the establishments listed as recipients. Do we still use that term? Johnson's campaign advisor, however, said that the discrepancy was a result of a vendor who put the wrong name in the disclosure filing sent to the state of Illinois. According to the Elections Board records, the progressive mayor pays for his personal grooming appointments with money contributed by supporters of Johnson's Friends of Brandon.
He needs contributions to cut his hair.
Over the past year, payments for grooming, which includes haircuts and skincare, totaled in excess of $30,000.
You're not going to be able to see that. He doesn't have a $30,000 look.
Please visit our webpage, tfmradioshow.com, our new webpage. You can subscribe and follow us on X, Twitter, who broke up with me over the weekend, Instagram, Facebook, and Threads, and TikTok. Also, subscribe and follow our YouTube channel to view us live and receive reminders when we are on the air. I am Michelle Peltier. Don't go anywhere.
Of Darnell Lyles is ready to help you. Whether it's personal injury, criminal, DUI, and OWI, nursing home, product liability, it doesn't matter. Call 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. That's right. When you're driving and get into a wreck.
You better call Darnell.
Had a few drinks too many? A cop hits you with a DUI or OWI?
I think you better call Darnell.
Arrested and facing criminal charges, misdemeanor or felony?
I think you better call Darnell.
Purchase a product that causes you or a loved one harm?
I think you better call Darnell.
When your loved one is neglected and abused in a nursing home?
I think you better call Darnell.
That's That's right. You better call Attorney Darnell Lyles and get represented right. And the first consultation is free. Yes, free. So call right now. 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. Attorney Darnell Lyles. Darnell Lyles.
Hi, I'm Malcolm Grant, Eric Grant's son. I listen to the family meeting.
This is Michelle Duster, professor, public historian, and author of Ida B. the Queen, The Extraordinary Life and Legacy of Ida B. Wells. I listen to the family meeting every day.
Welcome to the worldwide headquarters. You know what's happening, y'all, don't you? It's family meeting time, y'all. Welcome to the broadcast. Grab your phones. Find us on social media. Like, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube, Facebook. Did you say this already, Michelle?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, what she said. Do that. Also, visit the webpage, tfmradioshow.com. tfmradioshow.com. You'll find the archive playlist. I'm sorry, did I say archive playlist?
You did.
Archive shows,
Yes.
music playlist, and a link for the broadcast going on right there, right now. TFM. Do you do that on your little fancy weekday show, man?
Which part?
The link on the webpage thing?
Yep.
How about that?
Do all that.
Okay.
I learned from Deman.
Take your word for it, man. TFMRadioshow.com is where you'll find that. You also find a little magical button there called Become a Patron. Mash the button and help us stay on the air for as little as $5 a month. You can help us stay on the air. Do that for us, will you? In the space shuttle cockpit controlling everything is Bobby Longstroke himself.
It's a hell of a name.
I know. Where's Curly Top, man? Curly Top right here.
Where's Curly Top?
Ooh, Curly Top. Yeah. The lines fill quickly. The number is 773-763-9278. In case you didn't realize it already, the Black Asian dude, the big fancy weekday host is with us today.
Yeah.
That's right.
What's up, E?
Fresh off of Choose Views. You can get up. Did you know he was on the weekdays now?
Yes, you told me last time.
Did I tell you that? I don't
Told me.
I don't remember what I said, man. I remember what I said 5 minutes ago.
Old age kicking in, man. Told you about that.
That voice you hear right there is the man himself, DJ Bubbles.
Yay.
Austin Smith. Some people call him Austin Smith.
That's what they call me.
Yeah, some people do.
Not that that's your name.
Right.
Yeah.
Those that ain't got no sense, right? That boy ain't Austin, ain't he?
No, it's DJ Bubble.
That's DJ Bubbles. You know what you're talking about.
That's right, man. DJ Bubbles is in the house. If you were listening last week, you know why he's here. So we'll get to that in a second. I learned this today. DJ Bubbles is for hire.
Oh, here we go, man.
Yeah, he's hoeing himself out. He is for personal training.
Well, but
In case you're feeling like you got a little tire around the midsection, call DJ Bubbles.
Yeah,
that's right.
You can reach him through our email on our website.
That's right. Holla at DJ Bubbles, man. He could use the money. Also, listen, he's also for hire. You can DJ your party. You can do that too, right, man?
Yep.
Yes, it's going to cost you a gang of money.
He's a multitasker.
That's right.
A Renaissance man, if you will.
That's
There you go.
right.
Yes.
Or Jamaican.
Wait. First there was a Jamaican, then they became Renaissance man.
Jamaican Renaissance.
Renaissance man. Right. We invented that.
Weren't they in
that.
Living Color?
Yeah, on the way up here, Bubbles and I were talking about, and it just struck me. I don't know, to this point, this first time it struck me today was, damn, boy, 29 years old, you've been through a lot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still a youngin'.
Damn, boy.
Yeah. What they say, still wet behind the ears?
Yeah,
the old folks
you
say.
are.
I don't think you are. I don't think you are. You're in the shadow of in terms of stuff you've been through.
Yeah.
Minister Malcolm, Dr. King, Medgar. I mean, they made it to 39, and you've done some stuff in your short years.
Yeah.
Indeed, yes. So, just in case you don't know, the land that he's traversed, Bubbles became a D.C. police officer and defended your government from those insurrectionists in the cow. Oh, there's Curly Top there. Hey, Curly Top!
Oh my gosh.
He was a D.C. police officer in the Capitol on January 6th when the Orange Menace sent his white mob to attack the Capitol. And so last week, Bubbles, I guess for the better part of the broadcast, we were like, well, why didn't he shoot anybody?
Yeah.
We asked that question.
I didn't ask that. He asked that.
Well, we went to lunch on Thursday, and that question was part of the conversation of what we would have done. And we still have reverence for your discernment and discipline.
We nothing.
No, we right. Can't come to terms with it.
But listen.
I can't sleep over that.
I did say that the Billy Club that would have been it was in my pocket I would have been submitting a request for a new one because the one I had would have been severely damaged and lots of paint would have been off of it.
I mean, you would have been fine in that regard. You know what I mean?
You have experiential knowledge there.
Force was used.
Okay, listen, we need a few more nouns, right? Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why we need nouns now. Because we anticipate that these people who harbored that sentiment that day have not changed their minds. They're going to change the place they go.
Yeah.
And so for a couple of times over the last few weeks, we've talked about, okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to collectively do when they decide that didn't work, let's do it this way? And so part of what we do is informed by what you actually did versus shooting somebody. So to this point, he's been very vague. Mm-hmm. He's implied that someone got harmed at his hands. You've implied that. We need more nouns.
He's not implying that anybody got harmed. He's expressing that he corrected some out of alignment behavior.
I ain't trying to hear that. I'm trying to hear I busted somebody's head open. I broke a nose.
Yeah.
I broke an arm.
I kind of want to know about that too.
Yeah. See there?
I can tell you a couple stories off air.
Why off air? You don't work for them people no more.
The amount of force that was deemed necessary was used.
This ain't no fun, man.
It's fun for him because he.
So you left people on the ground,
if that's where they found themselves,
or in the grass.
Okay, well, we don't have any more time. That's all the show, man. That's the show. Thank you for listening.
We'll be back again.
Come on, man. Give us something to chew on so we feel good, man.
Michelle, if that's where they found themselves.
Well, does it make you uncomfortable to talk about it?
No.
Really?
I'm talking about it. I just prefer not to go into detail on air.
Okay, so at least tell us why not on the air.
That's a good question. That's a fair question. Yeah. Why? So what's
because this is the family meeting. We talk about anything here.
Ain't nobody listening anyway. But 4 or 5 people listening.
But they got censors on us. You know, wherever we go, they got censors. They're following us. Marjorie Taylor Greene calls them space lasers.
Don't even say her whole name, please.
Yeah, Marjorie Trailer Trash Greene says that there's Jewish space lasers and all this other stuff. So we know they're tracking us.
Beach blonde.
Bad
butch body.
That's
what we refer to her as, or the 6 B's.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk. Tell us why. Then I got another question for you.
Well, for one, for some of the cases for the force used, there are still some ongoing cases.
Okay, so you should have said that from the beginning.
Yeah, I will say that.
So okay, so somebody
against
got their
you?
head.
Or against them?
So the one case specifically for the officers that were involved, to include myself, one of the cases is still ongoing.
You should have said that.
Now we know.
What about the other ones, though?
For those, that was just a little, use of force report. Keep it pushing.
Okay. So tell me from a professional standpoint, as a police officer, as a law enforcement officer, why you didn't shoot nobody?
Come on, man. You ask me this every time I come on the show.
I know,
man.
but you ain't never give me no answer.
I have given you an answer. And I told you if I was to have shot someone,
they would have been dead.
And you would be looking at me through plexiglass.
I'd have been much happier to look at you through glass then.
Not me.
But what about your use of force? Isn't it allowed? Wasn't it allowed during that time?
But that's a different level of force. You're talking about deadly force.
Well, what about Ashley Babbitt? Did that officer that shot her?
Yeah, let's ask a question askew. So what's happening to the officers that had to use more deadly force than you did? That you know of?
There were none that I knew of. At least, well, first, there were many departments or agencies there.
Right.
As far as I know, none of our people use deadly force.
Okay.
So to Michelle's question, though, what happened to the person that had to inflict whatever?
He shot that woman.
Deadly force on Ashley Babbitt.
Is that a case that you guys can talk about or no?
I don't know the insights.
Okay.
About that one.
Okay.
So I can't speak on it.
Okay. Well, I got to
because I think he was Capitol. Was that Capitol Police?
I think he was.
I think he was.
Yeah.
Because he was in. Yeah. You came after.
But you saw what happened after he shot them. They scattered.
Of course, because
Now
they
they
were
knew.
scared. Scared.
So do you have? All right. So you respectfully won't talk about what you did or did not do with specifics.
You shouldn't. I give you that.
And we respect that even more of your in terms of your discernment and discretion. But is there? Are there lawsuits that are being that have been filed against law enforcement officers?
Yes.
Okay. Of any, whether they're Capitol, whether they're DC Metro, whether
Yes.
they wow.
Against those people? I mean, those people are suing law enforcement?
Yes.
Okay, so do this for me. I want to see if we can paint a vivid picture for people, because the whole story of January 6th has become of lore, right? It's for their side, it's a glorious day, and for the side that had to face off with them, it is a terrible day. I want to find out just how terrible it was to have somebody breathing in your face with that sentiment. Now, what kind of things? First off, how did it start? How did they approach you, and what did they have to say?
Well, so just for a little background, we were on what they call CDU, or civil disturbance units. So we were usually they give us different posts around downtown DC. So our original post wasn't at the Capitol. I forgot where we were exactly, but we were downtown, and so we're listening to the radio. It started off as a mild day, and then we have what's called an alert tone, and so what we call a 1033, which is essentially, if you hit that alert tone, it means the officer's in trouble. You going, and if you were to hit that tone, I'm not stopping until I get there and making sure the situation is handled. So the radio starts going crazy. 1033, they're storming the Capitol. They're storming the Capitol. We're like, storming the Capitol? What?
Yeah.
And then they're like, everybody, 1033 to the Capitol right now. So the platoons are about 20. There's 28 people in a platoon, 1 lieutenant, 4 sergeants, squads of 7. So we load up in the vans and we're going. Everybody's code 1, as we say, to the Capitol. So we get there, and I think we're on is that the west lawn? I don't remember the exact geography of it, but we're coming up the back lawn, and so the atmosphere is there have been so much tear gas, bear mace, and things, so much in the air, you couldn't even breathe. And this is outside, in fresh air. So immediately we have to, as they say, put on your gas mask and everything. Wow. And so it's chaos. So it's like there's no real rally point, where to go. You're just trying to form a line somewhere, or even, get a hold on the situation. So I think we started, because at that time they were setting up for inauguration. Mm-hmm. So, they set up those additional stairs and platforms for the audience. So they had already managed to get up those stairs. Mm-hmm. So I think
by the
first
time you got there.
Correct. Mm-hmm. By the time so they did already have a couple squads there, but they didn't anticipate that. So of course it was chaotic already. So I think the first order of business was to try to get everybody off those stairs. Mm-hmm. So I remember we're trying to get up there and get people down.
Wait a minute, you were coming in behind them to try to get them to come back down?
So imagine they let's say they already got this room taken over, so we got to get in here and then
push them back out.
Correct.
They had already breached the area.
So you had to walk among them.
Correct.
To get ahead of them to get them back out.
Exactly.
Okay. Now it gets interesting.
While looking out for so let's say me and Rich get there, and Michelle and E, y'all are already there, and y'all already. So we got to look out for y'all, make sure y'all good. Then okay, we got to get y'all out the way because you can't function right now. So now we trying to look out for the officers who are already in the midst of it. Help them get their mask on. They can't barely see, breathe, and then establish some sort of barrier to start to formulate some action.
Okay. See, now it's getting good. It's getting good. So we got to take a break here.
Yeah, I'm like all over it now.
So because
it's like a novel.
Right? I was just getting ready to say, listen. I know we got to go to break. I'm sorry.
It's like he's new.
No, I heard it, but then got excited because of the way in which you delivered the story. I mean, I was locked.
We've been waiting for this.
Were you locked in, Michelle?
Yes. I mean, I couldn't.
Breath, like, damn.
I had a question I couldn't even ask.
Okay, Bubbles is here with us, y'all, telling the story of what you can expect this year from these Klansmen.
Yeah,
The
right.
number 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
That you felt before, pushing through the doors. I see girls having a good time. I might say a rhyme, old school, new school, no school rule. But other than that, everything is cool. I see guys and girls dancing, doing the new dances. That's a hit while I'm over here romancing. You ain't it's no need to curse. Ask me who she is and let me tell you first. Slow down, be cool, and don't act ill. I came to have a good time, party and chill with you. And don't worry, sweetheart, I'm still with you. And after we leave, we will continue with our plans. My plans are made to be broken, smoking. I'm not joking. Try to diss me and I'll give you a token. Cause I'm the type of brother that can't be stopped. And no matter what, I'm gonna.
Hi, I'm Vicki Miller Walken. Keep listening to the family meeting.
Yeah, come on. You know what? Cause we're the Get Fresh crew. Yeah. Yo, now the music is bumping. Good atmosphere.
Calling all valued members of the American Veterinary Medical Association, or AVMA. Your future retirement goals can be achieved. Introducing the AVMA Retirement Plan. Tailored to meet the distinct needs of veterinarians with streamlined administration and reduced burdens. Vets enjoy unrivaled benefits that include service provider oversight, knowledgeable expert investment guidance, and delegated fiduciary services. Veterinarians who use this plan can say goodbye to annual retirement plan audits and annual retirement plan tax reporting. Veterinarians, you can enjoy retirement your way with customizable plans to suit your practice's unique structure. From eligibility to vesting schedules and more, elevate your retirement journey with AVMA's specialized plan. Learn more by sending an email to polaris@polarisadvice.com. Secure your veterinary legacy starting today. Email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Securities offered through LineStreet Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and LineStreet are not affiliated.
Hey, Family Meeting cousins. As you know, we've created a Patreon Family Meeting subscription and membership page to include you great listeners in our effort and give you a chance to very economically promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the Family Meeting as a viable voice. We know you appreciate our permanent interest dialogue, get up and dance playlist, and our great guests who stop by. So become a cousin and go to our website, tfmradioshow.com, and click the link.
Hey Chicago, are you always on the go? Take the new Shy 311 app with you to find the information that you need, submit non-emergency city service requests, and much more. Download the new Shy 311 app, built with Chicagoans for Chicagoans. That's Shy 311 on the App Store or Google Play, or check it out online at 311.chicago.gov. Stay informed with Shy 311. It's your gateway to Chicago services.
Kiss the back of my neck bone. Make it hot like Louisiana. Shoot that soul.
Sweet like sweet potato pie, like collard greens and yams on the side. I'm full from top to the bottom, and this ain't no lie. I'm hot like Mississippi, burning in the middle of July. And I'm saying,
This is Austin Smith, student at Howard University. Welcome back to the family meeting.
How about that? Young boy.
You're funny. Man, that was my man, I had to be 19, 20?
Yeah.
Wow.
See, but that's how old the show is.
On the way here, I just asked, I said, man, so how long you been doing the show? He said, I'm told 10 years. I said, man, well, that's something to recognize, right? You know?
I had to tell him 10 years because I've been listening to it.
And I said, well, man, it's your platform. He said, I don't need no platform, which he probably don't. No. He's a walking platform. You know what I mean?
This is true.
This is Austin Smith, student at Howard University. Welcome back to the family meeting.
He had his own little set, little
Right. Right. He carries his own soapbox.
Boom. Let me get up on here.
I'm glad you asked.
He's just like, I don't need one. It's like what Robin Harris, the late comedian, used to say, yeah, ass whooping. I got one in the back of my car. Just waiting to get out.
Yeah, y'all crazy.
Yes, we are. As a Fox, we are definitely.
Yeah. 773-763-9278's the number. DJ Bubbles, Black Asian dude, is here with us with his little fancy weekday host, man.
Yay.
Maybe.
Hey, listen, let me ask you a question, Austin. So, what's the best way to ask this? How is it, what's your technique for eating chicken wings?
Now I break it apart and get to it, man.
Get to it?
Get to it. You gotta break it apart, though.
With a fork and knife?
No, I don't eat chicken with a fork. Who eats chicken with a fork and knife?
Oh, okay.
I have a question for you. He said chicken wings.
He's right. He said wing. I said break it apart with my hands.
Right. And that's right. That's how you do it.
Right.
And, beyond that, there's no conversation.
Right. What are we talking about?
Because we went out to lunch.
Oh, man.
No, hold on. I'll tell the story because I don't.
We're gonna die telling that story.
We went out to lunch and we went to a place that's pizza and a variety of things.
We went over to Williams Inn.
Would you let
Okay.
Okay, Williams Inn.
You still got to go back there too.
So
Yes, please.
they brought the wings and the pizza hadn't arrived yet.
Okay.
Then the pizza came. We cut up the pizza. Pizza's on the plate. Wings on the plate. I'm eating the pizza with the fork because it's a medium dish pizza.
Okay.
And I'm eating the wings with a fork.
And
wait, and knife and fork.
No, you're making it sound like you were eating the wing like that because you were eating the pizza that way.
No.
He did throw that in there.
Right.
He did throw that in there.
That's
I'm
not
eating the
what
pizza
happened.
because the pizza, you had to set the scene.
So I had the
and
knife
then I figured it was in my
so I'm
hand.
just
So
gonna go ahead
You
with
all can pass all the judgments you want. I don't give a damn.
Make judges,
because here's what happened. That was a cadence. And then Eric was like, what's up, man? I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. And I realized that's stupid. So I put the knife and fork down, and I damn near started eating the pizza with my hand because I realized I was eating chicken wings.
And then we were watching him at that point.
I don't recall that.
Okay, what's your take on it? What do you recall?
I recall that he intentionally ate the wings.
Did he take the napkin and flop it?
No, he didn't have to.
Okay.
Felix Unger.
Wait. He was on wing 2.
I was on wing 3.
Okay,
so
when Eric finally said,
if you're gonna call
you
it,
eating it with?
I was on wing 3.
So see,
But
that
here's the
cancels
thing.
out your story then.
No, my story was true, but the point.
Wait a minute, hold on. Suffice it to say, he's got skills eating chicken wings.
Right. But here's the best part. Michelle just said she just completely lowered the boom on herself by saying I don't really like that story, but I'm telling the truth. That's what happened, and I was like, yeah, I got busted. But you know what? Here's the best part about it.
Mm-hmm.
The wings are really good.
They're really
They are.
good.
So
The one time that he took me, the guy that I guess makes the pizza wasn't there that day.
Right.
So we had nothing but wings.
Right.
Which were pretty good.
They are good. The wings are the bomb.
They won't make the pizza unless the pizza chef is there.
Yeah. And it's worth the 40+ minute wait for it.
Yeah, really is. Absolutely.
It definitely is.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where we left off in that little novel we're creating here today. DJ Bubbles, in case you're just tuning in, is one of the police officers who was in the Capitol January 6th when the Klansmen attacked. And so he's told us a story now of his platoon approaching and having to walk through the mob to get out ahead of the mob so that he can get control of them. So you're walking through them now. That's where we left off, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, so we're walking through, and then I remember we established a brief perimeter, like I said, on the top of those stairs, I believe, leading up to the platform where the president is usually inaugurated in at, leading up to that
That's
platform.
on the west side of the Capitol.
So so that's where we were on that back lawn leading up. We get up there, and we were able to get a brief perimeter for a minute, I recall. And so it kind of like it was a large crowd, but it was still it calmed down for a minute, at least in that particular area. And then from that point, I believe that's when it started to take off inside.
Okay.
So then from where we were, they gathered our platoon and they took us inside, and that's when we were in the tunnel. That tunnel that the doors where the president is walking out of, that's where I guess the climax, at least from my, because there were platoons all over, but for my squad or platoon specifically, our climactic point was in that tunnel. That was like.
Was that the same tunnel where that one officer was getting squeezed by a door?
Could have been, because there are the two doors that open. It's a very small tunnel.
Yeah.
So it's not very like mind you, we have a full platoon, but we shoulder to shoulder, so maybe only about a width of 2 to 3 people. So it's kind of like I got your back, but I gotta like kind of fight over you just to, you know what I mean? So it's like you can't really use your resources.
You have no flanking.
Correct.
Because you're all.
So we 20 deep, but only 3 of us in the front. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's not really much to do. So I remember people had all types of. There were a couple people who took some of the police shields. They were hitting us with our own shields. There were a couple officers whose batons got taken from them. People had like just rocks, poles, and just all type of stuff.
But they were tourists, as I understand.
Just touring the capital.
They were just touring the capital.
Hey, man.
And they probably had boxes of pizza and chicken wings. That they were, you know.
Man.
I can tease myself.
So,
I've been around long enough. I can tease myself. But, I mean, seriously, these were tourists, though. I mean, I don't understand why you guys had to be so mean to them. They were tourists.
So what did they have to say to you?
That's what I was going to ask, Eric.
I don't remember people talk. I mean, it's just noise.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember any verbatim dialogue. Mm-hmm. You just hear noise. You know, you're not really focused on that. I'm more so just looking at, of course, body language or, you know, potential threats. I'm not really listening to, you know, I mean, you hear some stuff.
So are they calling you names? Could you hear that or no?
No, I wasn't called any names. Not that I heard.
Okay.
Now that might have evoked a bit of a response, but no, I don't.
Yeah.
I do remember some people saying things like, you know, you're supposed to be on our side. You know, we support law enforcement. You know, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember some of those comments. You know, just pretty much saying, you know, well, this is BS, or this is, you know, whatever the case may be. But
you're face to face with these people.
Mm-hmm.
And they ain't got nothing to say. They're just looking at you.
Probably.
I mean, they just screaming, yell. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't really. It's just noise. It's just noise.
There was no conversation.
Yeah,
there was just people acting
you know.
out, yelling and screaming. And, yeah.
Now to switch gears real quick, and then we'll come back. I remember during the Black Lives Matter protests, then I can give you some of those conversations.
Mm-hmm.
But for this, no, it's just more so.
Well, I'm interested. What kind of conversations did BLM give you?
So one of the things that they teach us.
I think you told me about that too.
One of the things they teach us when you're on the front lines of protests and whatnot is to not engage, because there are people there who are truly there to protest, but you have a lot of people there who are just there, as we know, just to disrupt or just to agitate. So it's like you just don't, you know. But I remember specifically, this was early in the George Floyd protests, so summer 2020. And this is maybe the first week or so when they're really kicking off. And so I remember I'm on the front line. And at the time I had on my fraternity wristband, you know, Alpha Phi Alpha. And it was these 2 young girls. I don't think I don't know if they went to Howard, but they were young girls. And so they were like, man, look at him. Like, he's a black man. How can he be a cop? And this and this. And normally I don't really respond, you know, it's whatever. But I don't know. It just kind of got something in me, triggered something in me a little bit. And so I'm like, you know, I got a mom and a sister, and, you know, of course, going to Howard, I'm like, man, I'm thinking I'm a black officer to try to be here for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And she was like, you know, you should do something that matters, like a lawyer or a judge or whatever. And I'm like, where do you think it starts at? Like, when we read the new Jim Crow and we look at the system, it started on the ground level.
Right.
All these incentives, all the specialized units in the police departments, that wasn't around before. Like, well, I'm like, where do you think that started at? So I'm like, you know, me being a black officer, I'm trying to be here for you. And she's like, you should take off that badge and that gun right now. And I'm like, if all of us black officers give up our spots, who do you think these spots are going back to?
Wow.
You know what I mean? And so that really just kind of triggered me a little bit. And specifically in DC is a very liberal department. You know, DC was one of the first departments to instill body cams. A lot of the legislation and things that should be passed have already been in place in DC. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, the George Floyd with the chokehold incident, like that policy was already That was already in
would
effect.
Never happened in D.C. 'cause
Absolutely.
It was already there.
And a lot of officers in D.C. for one are African American.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are from D.C. So we look like the population that we police. And so
As
of
it
course, I understand where they were coming. I mean,
Sure.
of course, 100%. But at the same time, I'm like, what am I here for?
Yeah.
So would you characterize these young ladies as aggressive?
No, they weren't aggressive. I mean, I don't know if that's really
highly outspoken in that moment.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah,
you could say that.
Were they as aggressive as the Klansmen in the Capitol?
Not to me, no.
Yeah.
No.
So sometimes when black people speak loudly, it's viewed as being aggressive, whereas white people can have the same volume, and it's not.
Right.
That comes to mind as you're talking about the interaction with the young ladies and these Klansmen. Do you think a little bit of that took place where you saw where the same aggression may have appeared differently? Same level of aggression.
I think so, because when we look at the January 6th, we know what they were there for. Like it was a different motive. It's a different motive. Like, there was some, I'm not going to say anger. I mean, with Black Lives Matter, like as black people, we have a different type of frustration. It's coming from a different place. With January 6th, it was just like, I don't know the perfect word to describe it, but it was just almost childish, like throwing a tantrum.
Wow.
That's how I feel. That's how it came across to me.
So take us back to the hallway now. These childish people. Where were you, since it was only like 3 across? How far back were you, or were you at the front?
I was pretty much in the front. I remember I had to be like maybe in the second line, so I was still pretty much close to the front. And I remember we were trying to hold some shields on top to protect our heads, of course. I think there were a couple.
You had on helmets, I presume.
We had on helmets. I think there were a couple officers who lost their helmets, or helmets were taken. We had a couple officers that fell, and we had to, pull them back in. One of the guys in my squad, he had fell and sprained his ankle. So
were you guys just pushing?
So essentially, just trying to keep them from coming in. Of course.
Were they pushing you?
Absolutely. They were pushing, trying to, because they're trying to come further into the Capitol. And
they were pushing you, and you guys were pushing back. That's when I'd have shot somebody.
That doesn't warrant.
It doesn't sound
warrant
like he
shooting
couldn't
somebody.
even get to his gun, right? You holding?
I told your dumb ass to back off. If you don't, I'm gonna shoot you in the leg. That's what's gonna happen.
That goes back though to were there officers who lost their guns? I mean, you just said that shields.
I know there were a couple officers who lost magazines.
Oh wow.
But they fell out of their magazine pouch. But I don't think any weapons were lost. No, because your holster is pretty secure.
Yeah.
So no, there's no way.
Well, they got this guy Fanone. They got his gun.
Who?
The Officer Fanone, who gets interviewed all the time on television.
They had him on the ground, and they were beating.
Well,
him
if they had
with
him
his gun.
on the
they were threatening to shoot him with his own gun.
Yes.
Right.
But it's because they got him on the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, it sounds like he was in a similar position as you were, but he got pulled out.
Yep.
Like I said, there were a few officers who fell or did get pulled out. Yeah.
In your platoon?
I think we had a couple.
Wow.
We had a couple. I think one guy, did he break his nose? Or he had a concussion, something like that. One of the guys.
Did they try to pull you out?
No.
Did anybody get their hands on you?
Absolutely not.
That's what he says, man.
That's
what he says.
What were your sight lines? Because you're in this confined space.
It's very. So imagine you got a group of people trying to come in this doorway. So my scope and my field of vision is limited to this doorway.
Okay.
That's probably the best I can paint it.
Because you're in a hallway, so there's nothing to see.
Not even a hallway, a tunnel. It's literally a tunnel.
So it's just the walls and that door in front of you.
Pretty much.
And I presume the door was open because they were in and pushing.
I think those doors came off the hinges, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Metal doors?
Yeah.
Jesus.
How long were you there in that space?
It felt like forever. But when I looked at my watch after, probably about maybe an hour.
Just shoving back and forth.
Pretty much. And they called in all the agencies, man. PG County, Montgomery County. I think some Jersey state troopers came down. Pennsylvania state troopers came down. Virginia State came in. And the National Guard didn't come in, I think, till that night, really.
Of course.
So.
And why was that?
Apparently they were withheld.
By?
Yeah. Well,
your boy.
Still, at this point, nobody's been shot yet, so that's still problematic for me.
That's crazy, the whole thing.
All right, y'all. Bubbles is here with us, y'all. If you haven't been listening, you should rewind the tape. It's novel worthy.
Interesting.
The number is 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
By now I have good intentions, but I gotta tell you, baby, still remember what we're here to do.
I wanna help you, cause I think that we can beat whatever. I wanna prove to you, ain't nothing gonna stop us, never. I wanna understand the type of moves you're gonna choose. I wanna show you, baby, this way we'll never lose.
I've been needing your love, darling, if we keep starting over.
Good afternoon, Chicago. My name is Timothy Hicks, Marine Corps vet. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
A basic and essential part of any financial plan is savings. Most of whatever cash you have will be there because you put it there, not necessarily because of some fancy investment. Now with Save and Plan, Polaris has introduced a way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up to save, Polaris will help you develop a customized financial plan and give you a real person to speak with. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com and call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA, and SIPC. Investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
Do you own a business in Illinois? Are you aware of the new retirement plan requirement that could impact your business? Listen up, this is crucial information you don't want to miss. If you're a business with at least 5 employees and have been operating for 2 years or more, Illinois law now mandates that you provide a retirement plan. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Polaris Wealth Management can be your professional partner in navigating this new landscape. We specialize in helping businesses just like yours establish affordable retirement plans that meet your needs and keep you compliant. You may avoid penalties as high as $500 per employee by acting now. Our team of seasoned professionals will guide you through the process step by step, making it easy for you to set up a 401k, a simple IRA, or another qualified retirement plan. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com for more information or shoot us an email at polarisadvice.com. We're here to help you provide your employees with the retirement benefits they deserve while safeguarding your business from potential fines. Don't let these changes catch you off guard. Contact Polaris Wealth Management today and let's work together to build a better retirement future for your employees and your business. Visit polarisadvice.com or email us at polarisadvice.com. Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street are not affiliated.
A 2016 study estimated that 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft last year. Fight back against your identity being stolen by signing up for Identity Guard. Identity Guard monitors your credit and identity information with alerts that can help you respond quickly if certain changes indicating fraudulent activity are detected, as well as help protect your computer from viruses, keylogging, and other serious threats. Plus, with Identity Guard's dynamic credit management resources and tools, you will have helpful information as you make better financial and credit decisions. Identity Guard includes $1 million identity theft insurance and lost wallet protection, and more if you ever do become a victim. Protect your ID for as little as $6 per month. Yes, that's only $6 per month by visiting lookaftermyid.com. That's lookaftermyid.com to securely sign up for Identity Guard today.
Cindy and Mama, you understand that? No. Well, like how I don't understand how you can, cause like I've been to, Paris, Beirut, I've been Iraq, Iran, Eurasia, I speak very, very fluent Spanish. Todo está bien chévere. You understand that? Chévere. Chévere. Is that right, Mama? Yeah, cause I got my shaking room, I'm gonna do a little thing. Everybody's got a thing, but some don't know how to handle it. Always reaching out in vain, just taking the things not worth having. But don't you worry about a thing.
Hi, I'm Aiden Taylor of A.L. Taylor & Associates. Welcome back to the family meeting.
Was that really Spanish he was speaking?
No.
That was some gibberish. That was gibberish.
I heard a total también in there. También is a Spanish word.
The last part was Spanish, but that stuff at the beginning.
Summer of 7th grade. Going into 8th grade, remember? Yes, it was.
773-763-9278. 773-763.
Saying anyway.
No, it did, right? I know, right? Right, Michelle? We were like, shoot.
The Black Asian dude is here with us, and of course Michelle and DJ Bubbles is here with us, talking about his novel, the pending novel that's coming.
And
documentary, movie.
That's right, man.
Academy Award-winning movie.
So this shoving match in this tunnel went on for, as you guessed, about an hour,
more or less.
And then what?
We ran out of what they call munitions.
But y'all weren't shooting anybody. What munitions?
Munitions are just
munitions, not ammunition. Munitions, which are different versions of
supplies and tactics.
as we OC spray and just things like that. We ran out, and so I remember.
Wait a minute. So you all were spraying people too?
Yes, you can use. We use what's called OC spray.
Oh, you left that out, man.
Well, they had bear spray, right? You had to have something. Yeah.
So can we? Okay, so
you spraying people, and you got? Did you? Y'all had your sticks and everything too?
Correct. We had batons.
You didn't lose none of those, though.
Some people did.
Okay.
Some people did.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry,
Michelle,
Rich.
make sure we come back to we ran out of munitions, because I have to ask a question. You said something earlier that I got it when you talked about when you got there. Go back to that if you could, because you said, you guys remember, he said we walked in and got there, and it was already a cloud of what you couldn't see, you couldn't. What did that feel like when you got there and like went a bomb exploded? I mean, I'm putting words in your mouth. I shouldn't do that, but what was that like at that moment when you got there and here you are?
Chaos. It's kind of like you seen White House Down or Olympus Has Fallen.
I love that movie.
It's really like all like that. It's like of course we go through extensive training, but nothing can ever prepare you for
the real moment.
And so when you're out there, it's like, okay, for me, my first goal or my first I guess thought is if we're the squad, my first goal is to make sure that we're good. Like, is everybody around me good? So, okay, everybody got their mask on, cool. You got everything cool. Now, where are we going? You're looking at your, you got a sergeant for each squad. So it's like, okay, so what's the move? What we doing? Where we at? So just trying to find some objective, and you just got to keep your calm in the midst of chaos.
But you had to sift through the mob to get out ahead of them.
Yeah.
We were able. So we came up. It's like a little hill right against the Capitol, and so I remember we kind of went up that hill through those bushes. That's where we stopped. We kind of got to cut a little bit, stop, put our mask on. So we were kind of good in that little pocket, and then that's when we moved up towards those stairs or that platform.
So going back to the question that I asked, physiologically, what went through you at that moment when you saw the cloud?
You just kind of react, just instinct. You don't really think. I don't remember specific thoughts. I just remember, okay, put my mask on, it's my squad good, where we going, and your training takes over. You end it.
Yeah.
You just end it.
So back to munitions.
I know what I would have done.
What would you have done? E? Oh, I'm sorry. No, let me phrase. What do you think you would have done? Because you don't know what you would have done until you're in the situation.
I'm gonna have to shoot one of these people.
You say that. You say that.
See, I'd have rolled up and saw that mess. Oh, one of y'all getting shot tonight.
Wait.
You would have just got out of car shooting.
Check this out, y'all. Me and E in the same squad, and we roll up. You're like, Rich, here it is, man. He would have looked over at me and said, Rich, here it is,
these
man.
mother suckers gonna make me have to shoot somebody today.
Rich, take my extra clip, man. I'm only gonna take down 9 of them, but hold that extra clip for me.
Oh man.
So Austin,
I'll be damned. Gotta shoot somebody today.
Oh my gosh.
I hadn't planned on that, Rich. Man, we were just having a good day.
See, E gonna be on station duty.
Yeah.
You know. So hey Grant, why you down the street, man? You know they can't let me on the street, man.
Rich tried to get me out, but
Hey, listen,
him in the
I'm
station,
more like
man.
Mouse in Easy Rollins.
yeah. So munitions. You guys are depleted.
Right.
What happened next? What did you have to do to?
So at that point, we're just trying to hold them off, and I think it was when they called in the Virginia State Police. I think they came in with a fresh supply of spray and things like that, and they cleared them out pretty quickly.
Okay.
So I remember when Virginia State came in, they cleared them out.
But how's that go though? Because you're in the hallway and it's crowded.
So there was another
vacate and they fill.
No, they came. Well, say that again.
Do you leave the hallway and then they fill? They leave the tunnel.
So they came. So pretty much we're holding.
there.
They came in through a different entrance. So we're holding the platform. So let's say I know you're on the way, but I just got to hold the line right here until you come behind me. So now when you come, now we kind of just make a hole when you come right through the middle.
Okay. So they came in through the crowd.
Correct.
Through your crowd.
They came in through us.
Okay.
Through us.
Okay.
And then you backed out.
Correct.
And then,
we kind of fell in behind them, and they pushed the crowd out, and then that's how we cleared the platform.
That's
that
my question.
Yeah.
How did it clear? Okay.
So did they come in with handheld, or did they come in with a more voluminous spray?
No, they had a lot, man. They came in loaded.
Okay.
They came in loaded. They cleared them out.
Yeah, but y'all were the guinea pigs. You knew what was going on. By the time they got there, they knew what they were facing.
Well, yeah, correct. That's, I mean, they telling them what to bring, where to come in at.
Yeah.
You know, if we already in it, when I tell you to come, you already, okay, I'm coming right here. This is what I need. This is the strategy. So when they came in, it was like that. And they cleared the platform, and then we pushed the got that cleared. Now we're back on the lawn. Now we're further out on the lawn. Then we had to clear the whole premises. So then once that was clear, that's when the National Guard finally came in a little bit after that. So now the premises is clear.
Yeah.
So
So
now
you were doing work outside of the Capitol at this point.
yes, at this point, after we cleared the tunnel, cleared the platform, now we're back. We're pushing everybody back on the lawn. Now everybody's.
So crazy questions. Speaking of clearing, who then went? Who goes through the Capitol building and makes sure that there's not some fool
Still in there,
hanging underneath a desk that's pulled a couple chairs around him, so he can be the one at 11 o'clock at night to start some hell.
I would assume, well, like I said, we didn't go back in, but I'm assuming, I'm sure they probably had some squads that went through and cleared the whole building. I mean, that would be common sense to do a walkthrough and clear every room, clear all the chambers, everything. So I'm sure they had. I'm not sure which agency, but I'm almost 100% sure that's what they went through and did.
Wow.
So the tunnel, it only had one way in and one way out, like the front and the back. There were no doors.
So you come in
like
unless you're already inside the Capitol, you come out, or if you're up on that platform, that was the entrance where we were at.
Okay.
So, but they were coming in other ways too. So none of them came up behind you.
No, at the point where we were in there, we had cleared out the tunnel where we were at, and now we're trying to keep them from coming in.
Coming into the tunnel.
Right. And there were already, like I said, there were while this was going on, there were other squads inside at other, perimeter points. So the point where we at was clear, at least from our rear, it was clear.
Okay. So so now that you have them outside, what's it like? Are they communicating in a cohesive way to you? What are they saying to you, or are they saying anything? It's still noise.
It's just noise, man. But I'm not really listening to that. We just trying to.
These people had weapons in their hands, right?
Some of them, they had sticks, poles, rocks, whatever they can get their hands on, man.
So who were from what you could tell, who were the people that were using bear spray? Was there a group specifically, like this group was XYZ and they had the bear spray, or was it just
it's really just like you just looking at the crowd, you just constantly looking and scanning, seeing anything could come from anywhere at any time. You know, so you just watching body language, you watching hands. So we just standing here and then, okay, chair, all right, dodge that, okay. That's a shield coming, okay.
Like a video game.
No, really, that's really what it's like. You just watching, and you know, you just because every few seconds you don't know what's about to come, and then you know you'll see some spray coming. All right, you know, make sure your mask is tight, because if your mask isn't sealed, they can still get up in there. So you just constantly just reacting. It's like the little game Whack-A-Mole when the thing pop up. All right, it's pop up. It's like that.
I just shot one of them dudes. DJ Bubbles is here, y'all.
Wow.
He's for hire if you need a fitness guy.
Not
Somebody
to
to work
shoot
you out.
anybody.
Well, he can shoot you. He ain't gonna shoot you. We know that.
He can teach you some discretion in case you want to shoot somebody.
And he's available to DJ your party too. Imagine that, a party with DJ Bubbles. It's gotta be fun.
Get a fitness crew and a music crew.
Exercise class, right?
You should bring that back.
All right, Michelle's got the news, y'all. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
Good and round, blood's thicker than the mud. It's a family affair.
This is Sue Myers, founder of Indivisible South Suburban Chicago. Keep listening to the family meeting.
Do you have a pain that won't cease? A health issue that's not getting better? It may be time you visited Health on Earth Wellness Centers. With over 20 years experience, 4 Chicagoland locations, and patients that range from 2 months old to 93, Health on Earth Wellness Centers are fully prepared to meet all your chiropractic needs. We have state-of-the-art facilities in Crestwood, Tinley Park, the South Loop, and Naperville. Don't let being healthy be your last resort. Make it your first choice. Make an appointment today at healthonearth.org. That's healthonearth.org.
This is Miss Lady B, La Boricua. Now it's time for the family meeting news.
This is Michelle Peltier, and here's more of what we are following on the family meeting. Clarence Thomas officially updated a financial disclosure to the court that reveals trips to Indonesia and a California men's club paid for by Harlan Crow. This information contradicts previous versions of the submitted disclosure. The trips occurred in 2019. In April 2023, ProPublica released a damning investigation that showed Crow paid for Thomas's trips. Thomas stated that he enjoyed this sort of personal hospitality from close personal friends publicly, but they were not included in the court financial records. The new filing briefly describes why Thomas is fessing up to this information now. During the preparation and filing of his report, the filer sought and received guidance from his accountants and ethics counsel, the report states. Thomas received 103 gifts worth $2.4 million. Mike Tyson's fight with Jake Paul is now set for November 15th after the former world heavyweight champion fell ill on a flight last month. The fight was originally set for July 20th in Arlington, Texas, home to the NFL's Dallas Cowboys, and will be aired on Netflix. Tyson became nauseous and dizzy during the final hour of a flight from Miami to Los Angeles. His plane was met by first responders, while Tyson's camp attributed the episode to an ulcer problem and said he would need to do light training for several weeks. Tyson turns 58 June 30th. The best one for the day, Flavor Flav isn't letting Red Lobster go without a fight. The rapper, 65, ordered the entire menu at the seafood restaurant this week after learning about Red Lobster's bankruptcy filing. Flav shared his visit to a local Red Lobster on X, where he said he's doing his part to keep the national chain open. Your boy meant it when I said I was going to do anything and everything to help Red Lobster and save the Cheddar Bay biscuits, the rapper wrote on Monday, alongside a photo of him in front of 2 tables full of Red Lobster. Ordered the whole menu, he added. Flav's attempt to save Red Lobster comes after the national chain filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in Florida amid growing debt. According to the May 19th court filing, Red Lobster could close more than 100 locations, including its iconic Times Square location. Please visit our webpage, our new webpage, tfmradioshow.com. You can subscribe and follow us on Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok. And also subscribe and follow our YouTube channel to view us live and receive reminders when we are on the air. I am Michelle Peltier. We'll be right back.
WCPT Willow Springs is powered by the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, partnering with your business to save money and energy.
Polaris is introducing a way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and plan. If you are like a lot of people, you'd like to work with a financial planner, but don't know if you earn or have enough to invest. Save and Plan will allow us to work with nearly anyone from young professionals to retirees looking to travel the world. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis, directly from your account, and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up, Polaris gives you a customized financial plan, a real person to speak with, and information to help you make good financial decisions. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com. Call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan. Empowering advice for everyone. Securities, insurance, and advisory services offered through FSC Securities Corporation. Member FINRA SIPC. Insurance services offered through Polaris Insurance Agency, Inc., which is not affiliated with FSC Securities Corporation.
Thought you were just another Romeo, the shoe you passed by in the store window. But soon as I got home, I wish I bought you instead. I got it bad, I'll take the black, take the navy and red. No other man has ever had quite this effect. I sleep alone 'cause there's no room in my bed for any other lover with no gun to my head. Your kisses hold me hostage and I don't wanna stop it, 'cause I only wanna give it to you, and I want you more than a new pair of shoes.
I am Anlita Buchanan, middle school math teacher. Welcome back to the family meeting.
Yeah, y'all. The number is 773-763-9278. 773-763-9278. The floor is yours. Unless is that the end of the story? Nobody got killed yet?
No, we're not at the
So
end
much-
yet. I still have
so
more
much
questions. I have more questions.
Okay, go ahead. You got the floor then. Go ahead.
Okay. So when you leave, everything's cleared.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, but you're not done yet, right?
No, we
Where
still
do you
had,
go after that?
What did they send us? I think from there, our post was the mayor's detail.
Oh.
We drove up to Northwest. We had to sit at the mayor's house for the rest of our shift. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember in total how many hours that was?
Like the whole day?
Yeah.
Well, we worked 12-hour shifts, so.
But I mean that incident.
Oh, this is the time at the Capitol?
Yeah.
A few hours, maybe.
Like maybe 5, 6.
I mean, it was still. So this is January, so it gets dark early. So probably about. It was still daylight, so maybe we'll say 2, 3-ish when we first got to the Capitol. By the time we left, maybe 7, 8.
Okay.
So the National Guard got there about what time?
7.
When we were on the way out. Either when we were on the way out or we had already left, but it was at the end.
And are you going to say again why it took them so long
So
to
Virginia
get there?
got there. It was the Virginia State Police that you were saying that gave you
But
guys.
the governor sent them though, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Was the state police or the Virginia National Guard?
No, Virginia State Police.
Okay, so they're under they're led by not just the governor. Well, yeah, the governor.
The governor, yeah.
So,
but I'm sure they just had our I don't know what the group is called. Dang, I just drew a blank. They pretty much they had the heads of our department. You probably just reach out. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Yeah.
So because the governor of Virginia at the time was
I can't remember his name.
Right,
that Democratic DNC leader dude.
Right, him. Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine. Because I'm just going through the motions of imagine if it were the current dude with his crazy ass.
He'd probably been out there with him. So did you arrest anybody or observe anybody being arrested?
Yes.
To both questions or just
to both questions?
Okay, so did you arrest him while you were in the hall or when you got out into the
when you were pushing people
That's
on?
a really good question.
When we got out. So because when we're in the tunnel, so when you're making an arrest in that type of situation, it has to be for a real. It's a different threshold. Because now
you and your damn thresholds, man. Just shoot somebody. You ain't no thresholds.
Because listen, because if that was the case, you would be arresting somebody every 30 seconds. We don't have time and resources for that because it's a different environment. So when you're arresting someone in a crowd situation, for one, you don't just go out and do it. You have to know who you're going to get, and we get a team together. And so how you arrest someone in a crowd is that. So if let's say you're the sergeant, right? You know, with the squad or whatever.
Let's say Michelle's the perpetrator because you know how she is.
Okay, so if Michelle's the perpetrator, right? So you say, okay, this is who we're going for. This is where she's at in the crowd. We keep eyes on her. Let's say you the sergeant, me and Rich on the front line. So you're quarterbacking, and you say, okay, we're on the front line this whole time. So okay, we're gonna have a team right here. We're gonna open up. We're gonna go out. We're gonna grab Michelle. We're gonna bring her back, and then they handle the rest, and we keep pushing forward with the line.
Okay, so I've seen that before. Where you've got a line of police, and they step out, grab somebody, take them behind the line.
Correct.
But then is there a paddy wagon, or they put them in the car,
Yes.
or what?
Yes.
Okay.
So then when that's what the whole rest team is for.
Okay.
Because mind you, the front line don't break.
Right.
So if me and Rich on the front line, we not making no arrest. We just get out the way. Y'all grab her. Y'all get her, and me and Rich back.
And that's for the safety of the person that you're arresting as much as it is for how you all set up.
That's for the protocol of not breaking the line, for trying to grab someone without inciting the crowd too much, and then getting them out the way so we continue on.
Got it.
So first person you arrested, the first person you can remember arresting, what did he or she do?
Man, that's a good question.
Clearly nothing to get shot.
The only one I remember.
Let's get Eric a taser.
Something. Take him to a shooting range.
He would lose that too.
One of those no guns.
I can hear all y'all. Y'all can talk about it like I ain't here.
That's the whole point.
I can hear all y'all when y'all talk
That's
about
the
it.
I remember we arrested one person out on the lawn. He had some sort of some baton or whatever the case may be, but we had to do a take him down, do a use of force and whatnot, and then walk him back to.
Oh, we had to use force, did we?
Force had to be used, indeed.
Oh,
He wasn't saying he wasn't using force, though.
I'm just,
He just wasn't shooting
He gave me the
people.
impression he was hugging people. He didn't want anybody to get injured. Let's hug it out.
Hey, man, injuries are part of the game. Man.
Let's hug it out, bro.
The broisms.
So, did you arrest, or were you on the line and you watched them be arrested?
No, I was a part of the arrest, as in my handcuffs went on this individual.
Okay. When do you get your handcuffs back when people do that?
That's a really interesting question.
So what you do is, let's say once the person is in handcuffs, if we take them to the whatever area they have set up to process the arrest, let's say you're the officer doing the arrest, we'll just switch our handcuffs real quick and I'll get them back. Or that's why you carry multiple sets. I mean,
So it's one key for all cuffs?
Pretty much. Yeah. So either we'll switch them out, I'll take mine off, you put your cuffs on, or if it's just an extra pair, then ain't worried about it.
How many people do you think were actually arrested on that day? Were there a lot of paddy wagons there?
Yeah, probably a lot.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Probably not as many because the objective was probably to just
disperse the crowd.
Right,
yeah.
right. So in that type of environment, you only make an arrest if you really have to, because otherwise, I mean, you had the numbers to arrest everybody.
Right,
He'd be
right.
arresting everybody.
Because the prevailing impression was that a bunch of them just went home.
They did.
Yes.
They did. Which, I mean, we saw how that went, or
Well,
is
I
going.
mean, but from us looking, at least me looking, like, okay, y'all didn't arrest nobody or shoot nobody.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's
I
what
was
it-
the same.
It felt that way.
Yep.
Right.
That they got to go and disrupt
Disrupt
and disturb,
and then just go
tear
home.
up, and then we'll go home now. Let's go get some pizza. And
Because
chicken
really, there
wings.
was no conversation about arrest on that day.
No, it wasn't. It was the conversation was, how in the hell did this happen? Where did this come from?
Yeah.
Why wasn't there more of a law enforcement presence?
Yeah.
Who got blamed? I mean,
Yeah.
it was all that rather than 1,500 people were arrested today.
Yep,
on
exactly.
the Capitol lawn for trespassing and destruction of property,
Right.
and eating
Nobody
chicken
gets
wings
shot.
with a knife and fork.
Nobody got shot. That's what I know.
Somebody
One
did
dude.
get shot.
One
DJ Bubbles just didn't shoot that person.
See, but you see the difference, though? Y'all were in this little crowded hallway, and y'all were pushing and shoving, taking bear spray and all this stuff. The brother said, "Hack!" and they all went away.
Hey man, Ashley, was it Ashley?
He
what's
was
her
in a
name?
different
Ashley,
situation than I was.
Babbitt. Yeah, I mean the threat level was probably.
Dude said, "Here, take this with you," and they all went away.
As they used a woman for shield.
Isn't that
Gotta
right?
love it.
That's why, like, I'm gonna merge this to something else. To that point about using a woman for shield. Two weak ass guys have recently done the same thing. They call themselves Supreme. Clarence and
Alito.
have used their wives as shields.
Oh, for sure.
For
Gotta
behavior
do
that's unbecoming. Just
Okay.
as these punks did at the Capitol.
Let me get a couple of calls. Let me see what Ron has to say in Michigan. Hey, Ron, what's up, man?
Hi, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Hi, everybody. You know, we discussed this subject before I get to my main point, if I may. Clarence Thomas and his proclivity to pornography. And I would like to have investigated him and Johnson Speaker. They both fall into that category of using the pornography. I wonder how much his bill is and who is paying for it right now.
Who's paying his porno bill? We should ask old Longstroke here. He probably knows. You keep watching stats, digital stats on that, I guess.
Question for the officer, okay, and also for Black Lives Matter. But are you concerned if Trump wins re-election? He is calling for revenge and for people who've wronged him. Of course, everybody's wronged unless you kiss his what. But you know, and you are on the front line of this, and you've written a book. Are you concerned about that?
He's asking you. You concerned about them coming to get you because you hugged people that day?
No.
In the front line?
No, he's not the least bit concerned.
Well, that's good. But here, now my question about Black Lives Matter, because it was brought up. But the woman who I'm talking about, she's a Fox commentator. She's a professor from, I believe, Roanoke University. And she's an apologist but she was on a book tour on Book TV last week. And the question came up about Black Lives Matter. And she compared Black Lives Matter to the Ku Klux Klan, which is absolutely absurd. You have over 150 years of terror, murder. You name the violation, you know, and compare that to Black Lives Matter. Maybe they've made mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, but you know what I'm talking about? This woman, she has a nice fro, okay, but she's probably in her 50s.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, really, really nicely coiffed fro. Yeah, she's what we call a funny acting Negro. Yeah. She's one of those.
What are we talking about?
I forget her name.
Me too.
I've seen
I
her
can
before.
see it. Yeah, I'm like,
it's kind of a high top, kind of an afro thing.
Yeah. You don't have to mention her name, give her any credit. You guys, but one more point, if I may, about Iron Mike. You know, what kind of fool is he getting into the ring? He's already broadcasting, I have a bad ulcer. Where's that target going to be for the fighter who's going to come up against him, okay? Body blows to the ulcer.
Yeah, he's kind of old to be messing around like that. Yeah. But we see, Mike can still hit though. I've seen him punch people before, man.
Listen, I wouldn't get in the ring with him no matter how much I can throw.
Hey, Mike is wired differently, man.
He is. He totally is. I've seen some of the training videos with Mike recently. Yeah. Right, Austin? And it was like, okay, call him old, and you end up on the mat.
He ain't got to hit you but once.
No, that's the thing. It only takes one. All it takes is one punch from Mike.
Yeah. Remember Muhammad Ali and his legacy of taking too many punches too. So that's another concern. You should, if you're Iron Mike.
Yeah. So. Good point, man. Thanks, man. Ron, appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Ron.
Bye.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
What was that? What was he getting at with the Black Lives Matter question again?
He was asked.
The woman compared Before that. The one before that he asked about them coming back or something like that.
I didn't remember the first question he asked.
I heard him ask or make the comparison of Black Lives Matter.
Right, that one. But he asked one about Black Lives Matter before that.
I didn't catch that. Sorry about that. Yeah. Ron, send us an email.
Dr. Carol Swain is her name.
Okay.
Dr. Carol Swain. Okay, Pam's going to be good here. Hey, Pam, what's up, girl?
Hi, Pam.
Hi. Hi to everyone.
Say hi to Bubbles. Say hi to Bubbles.
Is that DJ?
DJ Bubbles.
That's what they say.
And they call you Bubbles?
Not they, just Eric.
Everybody calls him Bubbles. If you have a party, Pam, you should have Bubbles.
I don't want to be in trouble.
No, Pam, listen, you should invite Bubbles to do your next birthday party. He's a great DJ.
Oh, okay. All right. I hear you. Thank you. You all are having a very serious conversation about. I wanted to first ask, did you read the January 6th report that came from the congressional investigation, or had you had the opportunity to look at anything?
You're asking all of us? You're asking all of us?
Well, no, I'm asking
Bubbles?
Yeah, yes. I'm asking Bubbles.
She doesn't want to call you
I'm
Bubbles.
asking, yes.
No, I had not read that. No.
Okay. Oh, okay, because I think you find some very interesting things in there.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did notice is that the officer that did shoot the young lady, that's usually how it follows. The cowards will put you forth to do things. But then once she was shot, the cowards just back off. They ran. They didn't move forward, or they didn't do anything. So my question, and you know that black people, when they saw this event, you know one of the first things that we said was that had that been black people scaling the wall, bear spray, all of it, that you all would have unleashed a flurry of bullets to kill us. That's what we were feeling as black people. And I still think that today, and you probably have a different take on that, but I just recall Harry Dunn, the officer, and he said he had never been, in his report, in his testimony, he had never been called the N-word so many times.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
too.
had never been threatened his life. And he was traumatized from that. So I don't know if that was a traumatizing experience for you. So that's one question I would ask you. Also, did you ever wonder, like, was the president going to send help, or someone at the executive level? So I'm just thinking reinforcement. Did you think that was going to come from the executive level? That would have been Trump. And then, lastly, did you at all participate, because the elected officials, they were able to gather later on and then certify the election. So I'm just wondering, were you a part of that, or do you know officers who probably had to work extra hours in order to do that? And then lastly, guys, I know we talk about law enforcement and elected officials, but can you imagine the people at the Capitol who had to do the cleanup? And that crowd, those savages defecated in the Capitol. That's what those savages did. My words, not any of yours. But that's what those savages did. So can you imagine having to be the staff to deal with that?
And they call us animals.
Right. Yeah, good questions, Pam.
So,
great questions.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of putting that out there because we really thought that they were going to take over the Capitol. As I saw everything unfold, and I thought they were going to kill as many officers as they could. That's what I really thought they were going to do. And when Officer, I think it's Fanone or either Fatone,
it's Fanone.
He said he didn't discharge his weapon. He said because he didn't want to make it worse, but then he had to beg for his life. And he had to tell them, I'm a father, I have children. But they were calling the officers their traitors.
I do remember that.
It was one of the most horrific moments. I'm glad you made it, and I'm certainly my condolences to those who didn't. But that was just savagery, hatred and savagery that I saw. And it could occur again. And I think Trump was the leader. So I would encourage you just to kind of maybe, if you don't want to read the whole report, read the summary of that report because it's very telling as to what transpired that day and the arrest. And and they really should have been arrested on the spot. But I understand it was such a chaotic situation. But I'm glad you made it through. And once again, I hope it wasn't so traumatic that it's still affecting you today.
I appreciate that.
But I'm thankful you're here. And guys, thank you so much. I always enjoy the show. I'm always listening, even if I don't, call in, okay?
Thanks, Pam.
Thank you, Pam.
All right.
Hey, see ya.
And yes. Michelle.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, guys, in the most feminine way, okay?
I got you. I'm good.
Okay,
I'm good.
Your vibe is always necessary. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Pam.
Right. She said you was necessary. Like we don't know how to behave.
Well, now.
Look, I asked Bubbles this on the way up here today. Is there any lasting impact of that day? You sit on that for a minute because we got to take a break. And, some people didn't do well after that. But
yeah.
It seemed like Bubbles don't give a damn.
He'll tell us.
I'm saying, man. 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
From the moment that we met, I couldn't get you out my mind. It's when I knew it was over. Yeah. And then we started doing this and that. Now I want it all the time. Well, tell me now, can I come over? I was there.
This is Rodney Harrington. Keep listening to The Family Meeting.
Hey Chicago, are you always on the go? Take the new Shy 311 app with you to find the information that you need, submit non-emergency city service requests, and much more. Download the new Shy 311 app, built with Chicagoans for Chicagoans. That's Shy 311 on the App Store or Google Play, or check it out online at 311.chicago.gov. Stay informed with Shy 311. It's your gateway to Chicago services.
Calling all valued members of the American Veterinary Medical Association, or AVMA. Your future retirement goals can be achieved. Introducing the AVMA Retirement Plan, tailored to meet the distinct needs of veterinarians with streamlined administration and reduced burdens. Vets enjoy unrivaled benefits that include service provider oversight, knowledgeable expert investment guidance, and delegated fiduciary services. Veterinarians who use this plan can say goodbye to annual retirement plan audits and annual retirement plan tax reporting. Veterinarians, you can enjoy retirement your way with customizable plans to suit your practice's unique structure. From eligibility to vesting schedules and more, elevate your retirement journey with AVMA's specialized plan. Learn more by sending an email to polaris@polarisadvice.com. Secure your veterinary legacy starting today. Email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Securities offered through LineStreet Financial, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management, LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and LineStreet are not affiliated.
Itsashort.com. The website is itsashort.com, spelled ITSASHORT.com. We are the best designation on the internet for award-winning short film, video, and web series. Artists are from all over the world. They are award-winning from various festivals, but you can find us at info@itsashort.com, customer care at itsashort.com, and we'll get back to you straight away.
I'm Alicia Stewart. Check me out on Twitter at Alicia Stew, ALICIASTEW. Welcome back to the family meeting.
Yeah, y'all, 773-763-9278. Just a reminder, we're hosting a golf outing on August the 2nd up in, Cheesehead Town. August the 2nd, it's a scholarship fundraiser. You want to be there so we can help a kid get to college and stay in college. It's at, what's the name of that park? Oakwood Park, Oakwood something? Look at the webpage.
Park Golf Course.
That's one. Yeah, that one. Do that one. It should be a lot of fun, too, by the way. It should be a lot of fun. And guess what? There'll be food.
What?
Food.
Oh, my God.
Can you eat your chicken with a fork there?
It's a country club, of course.
And hit the putt. And hit the eagle putt.
Yeah, but the best part is going to be Michelle driving a cart.
Stop doing that. He doesn't know what Benny Hill music is.
Oh, man.
Sure he does.
And Michelle has vowed to drive a cart with a cart full of crazy women.
Yes, we are driving the cart.
They'll probably have some spirited beverages as well.
To pass along to the other people who are, golfing.
Yeah, just to see that, you want to be there for that.
Tiffany and Stella and I. Yes.
Yeah, and Ann, is Ann coming in?
She's already committed. We've communicated. She and I are cool. We're good.
Is that right?
Yes. Stella too. I know for sure. Got them all. Yeah, they're all there. That is so wrong. This is wrong. So many levels. It's just wrong.
Just picture this music and Michelle driving the car.
It's not.
Can you see that? Can you see that?
It's like a blooper highlight reel waiting to happen, man.
Michelle tipping the cart over on some wheels.
I feel judgment.
The Black Asian dude is here with the little fancy weekday host. Is it morning drive technically, or just morning? Early as hell morning.
It's all of that.
It's the start of the morning drive, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's that for sure. Make sure you catch the broadcast on every weekday from 6 to 8 a.m.
It's a good show.
You can get them there all week long.
It's a very
see?
good show.
Yeah, we do our
Y'all
best.
been asking for it, so now you got it.
Now you got it. That's right.
I'm saying.
Yes.
DJ Bubbles is here with us, y'all. Some people call him Austin Smith. The crazy people call him Austin.
Right, the ones who ain't got no sense. The ones who eat their chicken with a fork and knife.
I call you Austin DJ Bubbles Smith. I get it all in there.
Oh, man.
I know, and I just walked in the door.
So the question to Bubbles was the lasting impact of a situation like that. You had a wonderful explanation during the break. Why don't you share that with the audience? Yeah.
My answer was that
It was hell no. It's not a problem at all.
But the serious side to that is that the things I saw just in policing every day had a way more profound impact than that one incident. So just seeing
being a black man every day.
Being a black man every day.
More traumatic than that. Well, being a black man with a white mob facing you, though, you would think.
Yeah.
I mean, because for all intents and purposes, we've read about the white mobs and what they did to our ancestors during Jim Crow and before. We'd never faced it, though. None of us in the room have ever faced it, except you.
And I think you had some incredible restraint, actually. But I guess that's part of your training, right?
Yeah.
To not get lost in a moment and start shooting everybody up like Eric would do.
I didn't say everybody. You got to just shoot one of them.
I don't think you'd be able to stop at one.
You don't think so?
No.
I think that they would scatter.
Have you? You handle weapons? You go to the range? You know?
No, I just play.
I'm not being facetious. I'm asking because you can't.
Listen, I play video games. You understand?
See, he doesn't really
Austin,
understand.
I can't even. I was about to go somewhere serious with that. You can't even.
Austin, I've fired handguns, revolvers, automatic weapons, shotguns, rifles.
And now he's showing off.
No, I'm making a point. At targets.
Yes.
Right.
Very well.
Right.
Marksman-esque stuff back in the day, but never had to pull a weapon on a person.
Right.
I've hit people because I've physically moved people. And I know what you're talking about. And I'll cite an example. We were just talking about this the other day. I went to a political fundraiser back in May up in McHenry County. and it got into a situation where there were protesters there that started acting crazy and becoming physically threatening. And there was 9 guys there out of the rest were all women. I'm not making a gender-based statement. But the fact is they knew that the audience was going to be to their favor. So I had to put my hands on some people to move them away from folks and out the door. So your point is well taken about you don't know till you're in that moment.
Absolutely.
And now that Eric's asking that very pointed question, like, would we have shot someone? And I will tell you, when I think about that and I layer over that morning or that afternoon event, God forbid that someone had a gun because it would have turned out way differently. So I get your point.
My other point too is that when let's say you go to the range, let's say you got a 9mm weapon that holds Glock 17s hold 17 one in the chamber 18 rounds, right? It's hard to just put, unless you're just firing one shot like intentionally. You can fire off 18 rounds and not even, oh dang, I just fired off 18 rounds. So the point of being just shoot one person one time, you look up and not even realize
you shot him 18 times,
and you have to.
That's what he had coming.
But you are responsible for every. Next question, man.
How
much scatter took place?
Listen, go to Washington, you come home with souvenirs. You just gave him 18 souvenirs. Take these with you, partner. They're free on the house.
So listen. I'm gonna do a little interpretive, whatever dance here. As much as Eric is making joke and fun about this, the reality is, for us, that as we look at this, if they had been black, and this is the part where, at its core, Eric is saying, "Damn." Because if they had been black folks,
there would have been a lot more dead.
There would have been a lot more dead people, and in our unfortunate life of living, and you still got to come back to the answering about what you observed.
Right.
Our experience is, well, damn, they shooting us. Why in the hell would we not shoot?
I can go further than that. In observing that day and watching these people do this, I was asking the question at the moment: why aren't they shooting them?
Yeah. I mean, I remember I was at physical therapy. I just had my knee replacement done, and I was in therapy 2 weeks. And we're looking at the screens in the therapy center, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And when I see all this smoke, I'm thinking, like, they're firing weapons, because I'm thinking that's gunfire and larger weapons.
Civil War scene.
No, seriously, though. I mean, how many of us...
I was so disturbed.
How many
that
of us
day.
didn't think that?
It just broke my heart.
And going back to discretion and discernment, to be in that, to be physically there and to not pull a weapon and jack somebody. I mean, I'll say this to you in 5 years. Praises to you that you didn't. Given what you say, what you spoke about in terms of your day-to-day work as an officer at that time, and what you saw that you had to deal with that gave you a different emotion.
Right.
So go back and talk about that and share
just
that.
The day-to-day?
Well, what you were saying during the break about why one thing doesn't really stay with you and bother you emotionally versus the other thing that you see.
Because I mean, when I think about, January 6th, that was just an incident. When I think about the day-to-day policing, we're talking about the permanent living conditions of our people, and that is it's hard to see. It's humbling. It evokes gratitude for my own life. It's tough, man. It's very tough because as we know, there's a mindset that goes along with those living conditions. And so, and almost, and this is kind of one of the things that really challenged me with policing. It almost made me start to have a bit of a disdain for my own people. And it was tough because it's like, man, just because we live in these conditions, like you could still change your mindset. You know what I mean? But it's just, it's like it's fighting a never-ending battle. It's tough to look at. It's tough.
Let me.
It's tough.
Get a question?
I do have a question. So, after it happened, did the department, yours, did you go through any kind of debriefing about it at all?
Yeah, they made us go through like a mandatory counseling session, but ain't nobody, you know. You want me to tell you the true story?
Yeah.
So they was like, all right, this dating time, everybody got to log on for like this virtual set. I was in the gym, man. I muted my phone. Like, bro, I don't want to hear this. I'm in the gym right now.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, yes, we had to go through a mandatory counseling debrief just to say Officer Smith didn't lose his mind due to this. But
just that one time?
Yeah, I think it was just one. And then, but that was the one mandatory one. Now, if you wanted to seek your own, of course, you know, it was available. But as far as mandatory, yeah, we just had to do that one debrief.
Eric, Austin's like, I ain't got no time for that.
No, I mean, you know, I shouldn't make light of it because there were officers who it did affect in a great way. So I'm not making light of it, but I'm just saying for me, I mean, we all process stuff differently.
Yep.
So I'm just speaking for me, you know, like, no, I didn't really need that.
My man Bubbles.
You know.
Let me see what's on Norbert's mind. Norbert, what's up, man?
Hi, Norbert.
Hey, Norbert.
Hey, great show as usual, and it's good to talk to you guys again. And first of all, I saw that WLS has stopped all their local programming and local people and going to the strict national conservative talk show, and that's why I think this program is so extremely important to get this view out of, you know, what we're going to do for America and not fall into the what they call themselves conservatives. I call them Nazis, but we need to stand up to them. And then as far as Austin, I think you deserve a Congressional Medal of Honor for that what happened that day and how you guys stood up to try to, you know, save our democracy.
Yeah.
He's all right.
One thing I heard and saw in the news after and before it was happening, that the mayor of D.C. told counter-protesters to stay home. So we did. I think that the plan was that Trump would use the National Guard against the counter-protesters and use the National Guard to protect his mob. And so I think that a lot of bloodshed was saved by the D.C. Politicians and civil servants to keep people safe and save lives. Mm-hmm. Did you see any of that, or what did you think of the lack of counter protesters showing up and things like that?
I'm going to let him answer, Norbert. I appreciate the call, man. All right.
Thanks, Norbert.
Thanks, Norbert.
All right, take care. Love you guys.
Love you back,
Love
man.
you too.
As far as counter protesters, I mean, we didn't really come in contact with any. Yeah, not that. I'm sure there was some out there.
Do you think so?
I would assume so. I mean, whenever there's a protest, you always got both sides.
That was so fast. You know, it started as one thing and then it turned into something else.
Because I mean, you know, we know they were there for a specific reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really. They may have been some out there. Like I said, we didn't come in contact with any. But I mean, I would assume there would still have been some out there. I mean, if I had to take a guess.
What neighborhood did you patrol typically in D.C.?
So D.C. has 7 police districts. I was in the 6th district, which is composed of parts of Northeast and Southeast. So we got, when you come over the bridge, Benning Road.
Frederick Douglass Bridge?
No, the Benning Road. It's not really a bridge, but I'm talking about when you're coming down.
The overpass.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So Benning Road, all the way down to, because, you know, Benning runs all the way down to the Maryland border.
Right.
When you go over to Southeast. Yep. So got Benning Road, Minnesota Avenue, all the way.
Hey, you in the hood, man.
Yeah, all the way down to Good Hope Road. You know, Minnesota Road is all the way down there. We got where Alabama Avenue. You got that big intersection of Benning Road and East Capitol.
Yeah.
That's a major thoroughfare. Yeah, man. I mean,
so RFK was in your district then, right?
RFK is right over the bridge. RFK was in the next district, but right on the border. On the border. Right down East Capitol. But yeah, in the hood, man. I mean, we had Lincoln Heights, Mayfair, Paradise, 37th Street.
Damn, man.
Simple City.
A lot going on over there.
DC is rough, man.
Well, they've managed to isolate it largely in Southeast, though, it appears.
Well, they were trying to, bring it back a little bit. There's some pockets.
I mean, they haven't even made a significant attempt to gentrify Southeast yet.
So we're down there on
close to North Capitol and near the water, yeah.
And what's the other part down? Anacostia. They're gentrifying Anacostia a little bit, you know. And it's a couple pockets here and there.
Yeah, but Southeast ain't like Northeast or Northwest.
I mean, Northeast, Northwest, not much better now, man.
Yeah, they robbing people.
Yeah.
They broke into the basketball coach's home.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, he was away. They were playing LaSalle that weekend. I remember he got back and they had broken in the house and got a bunch of stuff.
Where's his house?
It's that kind of question on the radio.
Right.
No, we can't ask any questions like that. Or if you would shot somebody.
For Christ's sake.
Gee, Eric.
All right, y'all.
Oh, my goodness. Too funny.
Yeah, it's been one of those days, y'all. And remember, Bubbles is for hire. He can even dance on a pole for you.
Oh,
Watch out now. Watch out now.
Come onto the stage.
That's right. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
Hey, how you doing? This is Oliver Gibson. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
Do you own a business in Illinois? Are you aware of the new retirement plan requirement that could impact your business? Listen up, this is crucial information you don't want to miss. If you're a business with at least 5 employees and have been operating for 2 years or more, Illinois law now mandates that you provide a retirement plan. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Polaris Wealth Management can be your professional partner in navigating this new landscape. We specialize in helping businesses just like yours establish affordable retirement plans that meet your needs and keep you compliant. You may avoid penalties as high as $500 per employee by acting now. Our team of seasoned professionals will guide you through the process step by step, making it easy for you to set up a 401k, a simple IRA, or another qualified retirement plan. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com for more information or shoot us an email at polarisadvice.com. We're here to help you provide your employees with the retirement benefits they deserve while safeguarding your business from potential fines. Don't let these changes catch you off guard. Contact Polaris Wealth Management today and let's work together to build a better retirement future for your employees and your business. Visit polarisadvice.com or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street are not affiliated.
A single K plan is a 401k plan designed especially for business owners and immediate family, regardless if they are incorporated or not. Single Ks offer both employer and employee contributions and in many cases have no setup fee or annual plan administrative charges. Single Ks are simple to administer with no government reporting required. Most importantly, this plan allows employees to access their savings via hardship withdrawals or loans. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com or call us about your business or organization's retirement plan at 312-951-2606 or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Polaris provides empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
Hey folks, it's Richard Chu, also known as Bad, the Black Asian Dude. Yes, we're on the Family Meeting, but right now, you've probably heard about my new show, Chu's Views, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. on WCPT. Chu's Views is about pragmatic, progressive conversation with a bit of smash mouth talk. Tune in, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., Monday through Friday on WCPT, Progressive Talk.
The way you touch me with the hand, say la 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 la. I wanna know what to drinking so I can be prepared. Say la 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 la. You know I like the way you're thinking. I like the way you use your head. Say la 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 la. I dream about you when I'm sleeping. I dream about you in the bed. Say la 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 la. I really love the way you love.
Hi, I'm Chris Boulware, founder of itsashort.com. Welcome back to the family meeting.
That's right. DJ Bubbles is here with y'all today, hanging out. I think I'm softening my stance on the shooting thing now.
How come?
Oh, that's good.
I mean, why he didn't shoot somebody?
Oh, yeah.
Not that he wouldn't shoot
You wouldn't
anybody.
change your mind. But,
I would have shot him.
Right.
As soon as I rolled up there and saw that smoke, I was like, are y'all going to make me have to shoot somebody today?
Wait, right? He would have leaned all over. I felt as though my life were.
I had an itch in the back of my leg. I don't know.
It just happened.
It just happened.
I couldn't see through the smoke.
Wait, Michelle,
so
I couldn't see with the smoke, and I couldn't reach my taser quickly enough.
Hey, you ever see the Kevin Hart stand up when he was like, he got a bump up? He's like, what happened, Kev? I thought you were trying to tell me a secret. I don't know. He leaned in real quick. That's gonna be E, man. I don't know what happened. Huh? I thought you were trying to tell me something.
Hey, man, I'm just saying. I am just saying.
Just being honest.
That's, I mean, I know looking at it that day, I was like, why aren't they shooting somebody?
Man, if me and E had been on point that day, Eric would have been like, Rich, come on, man. Come on, man.
Like, all patrols, shoot somebody. Shoot somebody.
Oh, man.
What's the number for shoot somebody? I need a 585. Shoot somebody. 585. 585. Shoot them.
18 times. Just don't let your finger off the trigger.
Empty your gun into them. 585X.
Oh, man.
What Pam said though, question and statement about that's a new word I'm gonna start to use referencing J6 people, savages.
Yeah.
That was right on point, savages, and then she took the leap, unfortunately, to the whole thing around the cleanup. Mm-hmm. And we do forget about that sometimes. Public servants, public servants, people who work for our federal and state and governments of that area had to go and clean up that mess.
I was going to say I always think about that kind of thing.
How disgusting.
As an event planner, though, you always look at stuff like that because you're like, somebody's got to clean all of that up.
Yeah.
Let me add some context for Austin today, okay?
Yes.
So you've been to lunch with him, haven't you?
I have not.
You haven't?
Oh, no, I haven't been to lunch with Richard.
Because every time we go to lunch with the salt and pepper shakers, he's organizing.
Don't you talk about me.
He's tidying up everything.
I like organization too, man. I understand that.
I'm just saying, it's just like, leave that alone, man. You don't work here. That's what you're like.
But it's got to be,
that.
if me and E are sitting at a four top, right. I want us to take up all the damn space.
It's like Denzel in The Equalizer when he comes in.
Exactly. It's like that. It's like that.
Yeah.
But Miss Thang over here, she asks for bar napkins whenever we sit down because she can't have any of the glasses sitting on the table.
Making rings on the...
No, because the puddles, the rings, the glass, it's the wet.
It's tragic, you understand?
I understand.
Because if you pick up a wet glass and it drops on you...
But what are we going to do? We have to move. We have to move.
But listen, I thought E was going to fall out of his chair because he had me. This is just Thursday.
They don't give you salt and pepper shakers at Williams Inn, so he couldn't move nothing around.
I had already moved them, so they weren't going to be an issue. He sat down. He said, "Okay, damn, Rich, you didn't move the salt and check. You can't move the salt and pepper shakers because I already moved them." Of course. So then we go through the process of food being ordered and drinks being ordered and all that. And the guy brings us our regular napkins, the one that I didn't shake, I just put on my lap. Cloth. And then but to Eric's point, Miss Michelle over there, it was hilarious. The funniest part was watching Eric's face because he was like, "Huh?" Michelle was like, she wanted little square white napkins.
Right. Wait, it's not just for my glass; it's for
everybody's glass. All the glasses.
Everybody has.
The best part when they brought the water, they brought the water first, and they brought our drinks, and there weren't enough napkins for Eric to put. He's like, "What do I do now?"
So that means Eric can't put his drink down until you get a napkin. He got to hold the drink until the napkin.
He was like, "What do I do? I don't have a napkin to put it on the show."
What did you say, Michelle? Can't put a glass down.
I had extra.
She had some in her purse.
Well, wait a minute. Hello, Miss Judgy McJudge, sit over there.
All right, y'all. Let's see what's on Tommy's Man, shan't we?
Yes.
Yay, Tom. What's up, man?
Well, first of all, let me say this. It is really great to hear Bubbles. But I got to tell you something. See, Bubbles, your boy been around here for 72 years. And for 72 years, Bubble, I have lived through the bombing of the Birmingham girls, the assassination of John F. Kennedy, the murders of King, Malcolm, senseless, absolutely insanity of John Lennon's murder. Not to speak of the carnage that's gone on all over the world. You see, I once was an ignorant man until I ended up in jail. So here's a little street knowledge for you uninformed and ignorant people. One of the most intelligent people you will ever meet in your life is an individual that's in the neighborhood. They are well versed on shooting anything that you can come up with. In fact, if you mess around and leave one of them jets out there parked in the parking lot long enough, you're going to figure out how to fly the damn thing. And one other thing. Next thing, you don't even carry a weapon where we live unless you're going to do something. Because once you pull it, you're going to take out everybody that's there. That's why you got to go and buy one of these AK-47s. That's why common sense gun laws do not reign in this country. So let me just end, because here's where we're at. An attempt to take over the federal government happened. Tell me why a police officer, man or woman, wakes up in the morning and knows that this could be the last day on earth, and they're riding around in a vehicle believing and thinking that the community is against them because they're running around talking about defund the police. That's the first insanity. Strike one. Strike two, you have the audacity to go up to the most powerful country in the world and try to take over the federal government. That's strike two. Strike three is the individual that's responsible for all of this is now running for the president of the United States of America, which basically means that if he wins, he will now be the number one henchman in the world with the most advanced killing arsenal known to individuals, and y'all still don't know what this country can do. So let me just say, keep listening to the family meeting. Three strikes you out. Tommy is going to hurt you, man. Straight out, because that's where we are right now, folks. Keep on walking around here and believing that you can look past November, because come November, that's when you're going to find out about the silent majority. The Americans that you don't hear from, that they're not a fix to allow you or anybody else to take away their democracy. Keep listening, because when you took away the rights of the women, you started. Goodbye.
That's our contribution to your community safety. Thanks, Tom, for that, because if we don't let him get it out here, he might actually shoot somebody.
but he couldn't have said a greater truth about that jet and left in the parking lot. Mm-hmm. So one of us is going to figure out how to fly the damn thing.
True.
Right.
Seriously.
Yo, man, you know how to fly this thing? No, man. Look up on YouTube.
Right. Pookie and Ray are going, hey, man, go get your phone.
Turn that back to the left. Hold on.
Michelle's against this stuff. She's against stealing planes.
I'm not against it. I just didn't want us to leave before we thanked our YouTube people. Hi, YouTube people. Thank you.
Thanks, YouTube people.
Yes.
So,
and Tamara.
Take the plane. Let's go ahead and sell it.
Is it real chatty there? I haven't been watching.
It's been.
Tamara and I had some good. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly because I spelled it wrong. And we have Busy, Ed, T. Yeah.
Okay.
Had some good.
Little side conversation going on.
What's the best comment so far?
I can't say it on the air.
Okay. How many of y'all think he should have shot somebody? Answer that one.
Oh my
All
God.
18 of them bullets should have been in somebody's mind. That's right, man. Take this on with you. Y'all want some souvenirs?
Take this with you. Can't get on the plane because you're going to set off the sensor.
Just so violent.
With all those 18s in you.
Listen, I got proof of concept that brother shot that woman, and they all left.
Well, yes,
but meanwhile, he in there pushing and shoving with these people.
But your point isn't for them to all leave, though. Your point is to shoot everybody.
No. My point is for them to leave. Shoot somebody and they go.
Okay.
I still think that there should have been, but to Austin's point, there should have been more arrest. But that's a product of there not being enough support, because there probably would have been more arrests had there been more folks there for that purpose. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah. So normally, when you have a protest, you know what's going to take place. You know, you have what you would estimate to be the necessary amount of, you know, resources available, and, you know, you of course strategize, anticipate XYZ. But with this, I mean, I'm sure there had to be some sort of intel. I don't know. That's of course above. You know,
is that based on not the end result or whatever, but the fact that what you saw and where you saw things taking place, that there's no way possible as a law enforcement strategist that could happen without intel? Is that, do you see how I'm asking the question? Like, you could look at it and go, how in the hell would they have gotten there? Right. You being someone, not us, you being you, and at the time the knowledge and the experience that you had and the training where you went.
Yeah, I don't know if there was some level of intel that was disregarded, or if there wasn't any intel. I would assume there had to be something somewhere, which when we look at the investigations, there was all type of online chats, I mean, just out there. So, I mean, it was organized. So I would assume there had to be something.
Yeah.
I would be a fool to believe otherwise. But,
wow.
Like, it's way above my pay grade.
Well,
you're shooting people above your pay grade. What your pay grade allows you to do is not shoot people. That was not part of the pay grade.
That's a privilege. That's a privilege that he gets to wield one way or the other, to shoot or not to shoot. That was the question.
Well, you know, you're my man. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah,
we're glad you're here but we're also glad you're here.
Yeah,
because who knows.
We haven't even talked about the other stuff. We haven't even talked about the car accident. And
here's the blessing of Austin's discretion and discernment, because we both know. So
Eric, he's not old enough to have discernment.
Sure he is.
He's not even 30 yet.
Yes,
but a little bit at a time.
He frozen waffles and he just do his life, man. Eating frozen waffles and he misses Butterworth. That's all he worried about.
We know how much Eric was there, face forward with the incident that you had to experience.
Right.
And so what I'm thankful for is that nothing happened to you that day, January 6th, because you hear your man asking the question about, you know, you didn't shoot somebody.
Right.
And what I'm thankful for is that you survived, nothing happened to you, because good Lord, if it had.
Oh my gosh.
The two of us, he would have said, Rich.
We would have become terrorists.
Yeah, that's a doggone certainty that Eric and I would have been like, Tiff, and we love you, but they hurt our boy.
Right.
And so that's the thankfulness that we have, that you are here with us and that something didn't happen to you that day.
Yeah.
Do you miss being a police officer?
Yeah, I do. Like, every time.
I don't.
You know, when you just hear the sirens or I see something going on, I'm like, oh man, I remember that feeling. Or, you know.
You have a scanner on your phone?
Absolutely not. Okay. Absolutely not. No, I'm not that guy.
Okay.
But yeah, I miss it. You know, just you know, he was asking me earlier, you know, what it was I liked about being in that field. It's just the
he ain't had no good answer.
No answer is good enough for you. But yeah, just being in that element, you know, coming in contact with people every day.
Yeah.
You just never know what it's going to bring. Yeah, I miss it.
Yeah.
I miss it. But
well, you were good at it.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're good at something, well, you were good at it. And
no, man, you were the kind of cop we want on the street.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
The way he talks, absolutely.
For any neighborhood. You know, that would have been your superpower, because you could navigate in any neighborhood, period.
Right.
And do it effectively and be able to protect and serve anywhere you would have been planted. I know that in my heart.
He's just young and don't know nothing.
But that's okay. He knows enough not to shoot somebody because you want him to shoot him.
3-0, it's going to change everything.
Yeah, he's like 25, 26 back then. You know nothing.
Yeah,
man.
I was 23 when I started the academy.
See, he don't know nothing. He don't know nothing, man. He don't know nothing, man. He didn't know how to spell. He could. Come on,
I'm sorry.
Just saying, man. I remember you told me you wanted to be in law enforcement. I'm like, you want to do what?
You know, the first person that put the idea of law enforcement into my head was my pops.
Really?
I never even thought about law enforcement. He planted the seed.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There's not much, no way you can go from there.
Can't go any further, no need.
That's it.
I was like, what?
I don't know. I mean, of course, and him and I never got to have that conversation, so I don't know what his thought process was of like, okay, it's just something to do, or I don't know if he saw something that you could do this, but we never really talked about it. He just said that, and I was like, really? I was like, all right, and I kind of sat with it. And then when I started applying, that's when he started getting sick, so I never got to really talk to him about it. So he just kind of gave me the idea, and that's,
Thanks for the time today, Bubbles.
Glad to be
Appreciate
here,
you, man.
It's family, man.
Black Asian Dude.
Yes, sir.
And Michelle in the news.
Yep.
Bobby Longstroke. Walk up. Tune in to the family meeting every Sunday at 4. I'm your host, Eric Grant. Peace.
The following